Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? I'm out here in the Rolling Glen subdivision at the Ashton Woods model home, and I'm about to take you inside of there. We're in Hutto, Texas, which is really one of those boom towns, and the homes in this brand new subdivision have been slashing prices by like 30 and 40K. And they have some crazy incentives right now that are probably gonna continue through the end of the year, so reach out for those. This is a beautiful model. They build a great product. Their prices start around the low 400s and can get up to the 5s. So this is really one of those good mid-level starter homes if you're looking for something a little nicer. But also in this subdivision, Starlight Homes, which is owned by Ashton Woods, they build here too, and they have a more entry-level product for you. So if you got any questions about that, I can definitely answer those. This little community is 25 to 30 minutes away from pretty much anywhere you want to be in Austin, and 20 minutes from Samsung, 30 minutes from Tesla. So all of the major employers here, you're a hop, skip, and a jump. This is gonna be a great home tour. There's some surprises on the inside of this house, so I'm gonna take you in there. One last thing, this community is gonna have a pool, it's gonna have an amenity center, and it's gonna have a little playground, so there's gonna be a good place for the kids to run around. Before we go in there, my name's Stephen Harris. All I do all day is help people make great decisions about the homes that they wanna buy. Check out our Google. We've got almost 80 plus 5-star reviews and growing. We appreciate good people like you for reaching out and letting us go on this journey with you. Okay, enough yapping from me. Let's go on the inside before the wind blows me away. All right, so let's check this thing out. So as soon as you walk in, nice big 8-foot door, and we've got the study right here as soon as you come in the door, but this is an option. This can also be turned into a regular guest bedroom, and then that opens up. It's a nice long hallway here. I like how they have this kind of little decorative structure just so they don't have a blank wall here. So for us, we would use this as like a gallery wall and have paintings going across. So in my house, we pretty much have paintings all across. I don't have an Ashton Woods home, but we have a similar wall to this. So really, really nice way to greet your people, and I love that chandelier. So a lot of the things that you see in this house won't be standard, but what is gonna be standard is these upgraded wood plank floors here. Love this kind of grayish with a brown beige undertone. Those look really, really good in this floor plan. And then as we come in, you're gonna have a guest bath here. Now, it doesn't come with all the tile up the walls, but just to give you an idea what you can do with your own home. Same thing for that little mirror there. But with a lot of these builder homes, they do the model up so big so that you can kind of get some ideas of what you can do with your own place. Small little vanity there. This is not a big bathroom, but also once you're in there, it's not super tight either. So your guests will be comfortable, but there's not a lot of room for extra storage. Be mindful of that. Then little linen closet here. So I like how they've done this. So if you see this little door here, that's the entrance to a little Harry Potter closet, but they got creative with it and made it a little doggy house. So if you want to lock your dogs or your kids up in there, I'm just joking, don't lock the kids up, then that's gonna be perfect for that. All right, and we walk in, we've got stairs to the right, living room to the left, and that would typically be your garage access. Nice, huge living room. I think the one thing that I would prefer is a floor plan where the dining room table is more off to the side, where the dining room goes off to the side and it's not kitchen, dining, then living. Not my favorite setup, but some people really, really like that. The way they got this set up, they did it really well, and they loaded it with furniture, and I think that's really the only way to do it. And then I like kind of how the rugs transition all the way back. into the kitchen, so it kind of makes this feel like a cohesive space. And I think that's really the only way to do that, is if all of this feels really cohesive and it's not jarring for you to go from whatever your living room design is into whatever the dining room design is. So huge living space here. You can fit the biggest TV that you can find in there. I like how they put this chandelier there. It's another thing that's not gonna be standard, but a great idea. Then we've got the sliding door here, and it's only gonna slide open for one panel. As we go out, nice big porch with the ceiling fans, which you can get added onto your back patio. It's windy out there and I left my mic, so we're not gonna go out there for now. But here's our kitchen. Lots of space in this kitchen. They have the gold handles here. That's gonna be a feature that you can possibly add on yourself, but I always tell people you should put your own fixtures on there because it's gonna cost a whole lot more to go through the builder, and this is something you could do fairly quickly within a couple hours. There's that large subway tile backsplash. That's gonna come standard. That is not gonna be an extra upgrade for this. And then the beautiful thing about this community is gas. So this is a gas community. I know a lot of my people who spend a lot of time in the kitchen, they really like to have those gas stoves. Well, that's something you're not gonna have to fight for or compromise on with this Ashton Woods home. So check that out. Then we've got the microwave, oven, combo, functional island. Right, so that's a really deep space back there. Another good thing about this island is that it can do standard bar seats, so you won't have to order the more expensive, more customized chairs in order to tuck them under there. This is designed for you to be able to go standard size. Now, I do prefer a higher island, just me personally, but for this one, it actually makes it a little bit more functional and easier for you to find chairs that are gonna match your decor because it's that standard size. Nice coffee area here, pantry here, and it's not the biggest pantry in the world. I think it could have used a little bit more space, but there's a good amount of space there. And then you have so many cabinets. So I might complain about the pantry there, but you have so many cabinets and the island for the extra storage, so you won't feel like you've lost anything. And these cabinets go up super high. And I like how high they go because they still have the gap, right? Like it doesn't go all the way up to the ceiling. There is a gap, but it's not a big gap, which means you don't have to feel pressured to put some little design thingy up there because it actually looks good as is. All right, and this one has recessed lighting, and it's wired for surround sound. I think that's an option that you can add. And then I wanna make sure that you know, like this little wall is not something that they normally put into their new constructions, but I think they just want you to get an idea of how cool you can make one of these houses. So we spent a lot of time downstairs, but all the action is actually up top. So we've got the study / guest bedroom down here, but the primary, the laundry room, and the other bedrooms are all up top, and there's an extra little living space, so you don't necessarily got to come down if you don't want to. Let's check it out. So lots of builders are going with the metal railing, and this is wood, but these are metal. And then having that open up, I think it really gives it like a semi-urban look and makes it feel a little bit more spacious. There is carpet throughout the upstairs. I don't mind carpet. You do have the option to make this hardwood flooring, but of course, that's gonna be a little bit extra. This is a huge loft space and it feels cozy. I think that's due to the design. Feels really homey in here. I like the fabrics and the textures that they used. It makes it feel really homey. And just to give you an idea of the space here, like there's double desk there, nice big couch, little centerpiece, right? There's still a lot of space over here for a side table and a lamp, and then tons of space for your TV and a little credenza right under it. Or you could do like a whole entertainment setup right there and you still would not feel cramped in this space. Right off of that is gonna be the primary bedroom. Now, some might like this, some might not like this. It all depends. So first of all, primary bedroom, good amount of space in here. You're not missing anything. This is large furniture and it fits in here well with a little bit of extra space over to the side. Now there's something that they did design-wise in this that I found super interesting, and that was paint the ceiling with this kind of brown tone. Now normally that's gonna make the room feel small, but this is a large room, and what it did for me when I came in is it really made the room feel cozy. So I think that's an interesting choice. I might take that to my wife and see if she'll let me do it. I don't know. What do y'all think? You think she'll let me do it? Also, you're gonna have a nice big window to see out. Now these aren't not gonna be huge lots. So this outside of this window, it's probably gonna go into your neighbor's yard, and you're probably gonna get to see their swimming pool and all the action they got happening there. If that's something that you don't mind, then this 2-story might be a great option, but you can always go 1-story and not have to worry about it. All right, now let's go to what I think is really the star of the show, and that is the primary bathroom. So we've got these 2-foot long tiles in here. Those are standard option, and look how long this vanity is. Now, I don't know if you can really get an idea of the scale of this, but it is gonna take a very, very talented partner to have their clutter spewed from way over there all the way down here into your nice, clean, organized space. Again, lots of cabinet space and the drawers, which in my house, I would not have access to these. Like my space in my house would probably start like right here. I would get this, all right? And that would be enough for me. But there is one other thing I wanna show you. It's right behind me, and that's that shower. Look, that thing just goes on for days. You can fit a party in that shower if that's what you're into, right? Let's go and check it out. So this shower actually can come standard, and they have it in some of their spec homes that are already built. They've got about 20 homes available right now, and this tile is not gonna be available, but they do that white subway tile like what we saw below. And then the other thing that I wanna point out with this shower is the knobs for the water are here. Head of the shower is there. So when you need to turn on the shower, warm it up, you don't have to reach in and then jump back out super soon. Like that's what I end up doing. Like I reach in, cut the water on, and then jump back so it doesn't get me wet with the cold water. That's not gonna be a thing here. It's already way down there, so you can cut your water on, hang out here, spin around in a circle, do whatever you're gonna do, and then go and take your actual shower area. All right, toilet closet there, linen closet here, and a nice big closet. Now, not the biggest closet. I think for the size of this bedroom, I would have liked this closet to be a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna get another quick view of that super long vanity before we pop into the guest rooms. Now, I don't know how you're gonna feel about coming straight out of the bedroom into the loft area, especially if you got small kids and they like to play in the loft area, or you got older kids and they like playing video games, doing their thing in there. I don't know if you want that right outside of your bedroom. So there's something to consider with this one. And the other thing is the laundry room is right here. So with this laundry room being right beside your bedroom, then could get a little bit loud. Like they got bulky items and they end up making a lot of noise in the dryer like that. You're gonna hear that right in your room. I do like that we've got a little sink in here, and that's something that you can add extra. It doesn't just come standard. Nice cabinetry. Really good use of the space there. And then I've got my 2 bedrooms here. So we got 3 bedrooms up top, 1 potential bedroom down below. And these are pretty good sized bedrooms. Not the biggest I've seen, but they'll get the job done. So probably a good 11 by 12 with a decent size closet. So I think the size of this closet fits this room, whereas the other one doesn't quite. And then as we go into this bedroom, I like how unique it is built out, because as soon as you come in, you kind of walk straight to the closet. So for me, when I was young, I'd have had like a really big poster greeting you. I was a No Limit soldier back in the day, so you probably had a big, huge No Limit or Rockefeller like thing right there to greet you as soon as you walk in. And then you got to kind of turn a corner, and then you get into the bedroom. This is a large bedroom, so if you got more than one person that's gonna be living with you, if you got an older kid and a little kid, then this is probably gonna be the older kid's room. There's just a lot of space in this. And it looks right out over the front, and there is no little roof right there. So no sneaking out for the older kid, right? All right, and then there's one other thing before we get out of this one is the secondary bath. Not a lot happening with the secondary bath. Again, we got those 2 feet long tile in here. This is a good size vanity. Unlike that one downstairs, it doesn't give you any extra space. There's a lot of space on either side, good cabinets and drawers. I like the light fixtures that they put up here. I like this actual gold design on this bar. That's a nice little touch. And then there are those tiles, those subway tiles that you would have in your master shower as well. And then this comes with a tub, and this is kind of interesting. I've never seen this little lip here, but you know what? This is actually pretty smart, because what it's gonna do is stop the water from damaging the seal, the caulk ceiling here, and you don't end up with a little mildew and stuff there. So I actually like that little addition, and you can sit things there. Sit your shampoo or your soap or whatever you're doing, whatever you're into. So this home is kind of their middle tier, 2,300 square feet. They do have some that go a little smaller, and they get up to almost 3,000 square feet. Spec'd out, if you do everything that you kind of see and you add all the bells and whistles to this home, it'll probably get you to roughly the 500K mark, but they have some of this particular floor plan with the upgraded shower and the nice tile and all of that for around $430 at the time of this recording, but we know prices change like the wind. And so it's the end of their fiscal year while I'm shooting this. So I want to talk about their incentives. If there is a house that closes before the end of May, is when I'm shooting this, May of 2025, then they have a 3.99 30-year fixed rate. The builder's rep told me she's seeing a lot of people lock in homes at great prices, and they're paying around $2,500 a month, depending on their different scenarios, down payment, and then the HOA out here is only about $36 a month, so it's really, really fair. So this is not it for this community. There's another little model that I want you to check out. This Ashton Woods is a little bit on the pricier side, but if you want to go a little bit more simple, a little bit more basic, I'm gonna take you to the other one, because this one, I mean, she told me there's 24 different cabinet colors that you can choose from. So you can customize this thing to the gills with the builder in their design center. But if you wanna get something that's a little bit more basic that you can go in and customize later, I'm gonna take you to that one in just a second, all right? Good things come to those who venture a little bit further outside of the city to build their new home, like a low tax rate, 2.1% out here, HOA fee, $36 a month. And if you add that on with the incentives that they got, that'll get that nice low interest rate, it makes this neighborhood, this particular model, hyper affordable. So this one right here, you can probably get for about $425 to $430, just depending on what you do on the inside of it. So it's a really, really good deal. And I got something for you. Anybody who uses our services to help them purchase this home, we have a new construction home buyer system that it's unmatched, right? Anybody who uses that is a subscriber to this channel, we are offering a $3,000 instant rebate at closing. You can use it towards closing cost. You can use it off of the price of the home. You can put it in your pocket after you close. We don't care. We're just trying to build our name, our reputation, and our brand in these amazing communities with great home buyers like you. So all the contact info is below. I appreciate you spending some time here with me today, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.